What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do an all my love reading for the sign of Gemini. Okay, Gemini, you guys are last but not least this week on the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay? If you guys don't know by now, these readings are taking over for the tap into your soul readings that have discontinued. We've gotten all the energy that we possibly could out of those readings. However, if you are in need of some kind of like tarot therapy, if you will, it's kind of introspection to your soul, okay, you can always go on my channel and look up the playlist Tap Into Your Soul. It's like 70 videos there, 70 readings, if you will. Okay. I literally went through just about all the cards within that deck. And so my ancestor said it was time to change it. So we're now focusing on anything surfacing around love for all of the collective. Okay. One sign at a time. And so whether it's love for yourself, love in general, um, per Virgo this this week, they got theirs is kind of like professional, a little bit of a split. Okay, so it just all depends on where your love is. Okay, so they're kind of pretty much almost mimicking the Dreamcatcher read, but of course, like I said, more so surrounded by love. Okay, is the general theme. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So we're going to start with one from the top, which is for your energy, one from the bottom, which is the energy of the situation and or person. All right, and then one energetically from the middle. And I'm honing in on this one here. Okay, which is the energy between you and or the situation or person. Okay, got a little bit of, usually whenever it takes me a little bit to hone in on a card for the last pull, it's usually because there's possibly multiple energies coming in or new energies. Okay, hopefully you don't mind sharing as far as Gemini's sun placements. Okay, if you are new to the channel, welcome. I truly appreciate your viewership. If you like, you can go ahead and subscribe so that way you can be notified when I do a reading for your sign. Okay, if Gemini, like your sun sign. But if you know your birth chart, by all means, you can go and kind of mix and match so you can get a more well-rounded reading. Okay, it's free 99, at your leisure. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading, Geminis. So we have responsibility, okay, which is in your energy. Then we have detachment, which is the energy of the situation and or person. Okay, and then we have freedom, which is the energy between you and the situation and or person. Okay, so as we go through the reading, we'll probably channel to see if it's a situation or person. Okay, or if it's just surrounding you. Okay, so like I said, your energy right now is here in responsibility. Okay, responsibility. It says you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Okay, responsibility. I like this. Okay, definitely all across the board, new energy. These cards have just came out. I just started using this deck like last week. Okay, so loving the new energy here. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So Geminis, you are being very responsible on what you share as far as your love in general with another person. Okay, and you are taking responsibility for your thoughts. That means not staying in a negative connotation when it comes to love. Okay, or dealing with other people. Okay, and so there is power in your thoughts just as much as there's power in words. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and move on to person and or situation energy, which is in detachment. Okay, detachment. So it says you are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. Okay? So there's a little bit of, with this detachment, I feel like it's not you per se, okay? You could be, getting where you fit in, okay? If you're not dealing with anyone right now, then you can take this card to be, for yourself, okay? Meaning the situation, okay? But for others of you, if it's in reference to a person, it could be that there's someone who's finally detaching and removing those old habits from out of their normal patterns, okay? And so they're coming closer to possibly healing from a particular situation that was either before you or maybe after you, whatever the case may be, okay? But it feels like they're letting those ideas or ideals go because they're no longer serving them and being able to move forward, okay? So they're detaching in the sense of maybe cutting the energetic cord from anything or anyone that is no longer serving them, which is very good, okay? Especially if you're, wondering about a particular person. So, lastly, the energy between you and the situation and or person is freedom, okay? Freedom. It says you are releasing any self imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. Okay? You are releasing any self imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. Okay? I love these cards. I really do. I really do. They are very deep. They're very insightful, and that is really a perfect embodiment of freedom in the sense of following behind detachment, because someone or the both of you within the situation is finally not allowing anything to block their process or progress in love, okay? And so one of the things within a relationship, you should always have some form of openness, but sometimes it's hard for others to open up to someone, especially if it's involving like having trust and things of that nature, something that's possibly happened in their past, okay? And so some of it, and I'm loving the word self imposed, releasing any self imposed restrictions, okay? And someone possibly could have, you know, had some things in their past, maybe children involved or parents, friends, whatever the case may be, something in, this is, just channeled, okay? Not throwing shade at anybody or anything like that, so don't come at me in the comments, okay? Uh, but, just saying, some people have a tendency of, wanting to point fingers at others, okay, for the reason why they're not able to do things. When really, it takes, if you're given a choice of, hey, can you do this for me, but you have something planned with someone, your significant other, then, don't do that, okay? Or if you're allowing things to keep you from having openness or a relationship or a healthy relationship with your person, okay, you have to take accountability for, you have the ability to say no to these people, but you choose not to. That is self imposed, okay, in my opinion, okay? Now, not saying that you can't have time for friends, family, things like that, not saying that, but self imposed in the sense of maybe you're overutilizing it and giving way too much to other people, that's taking away from your relationship, because I feel like that may be an issue within a dynamic for someone possibly, okay? Where they don't have a lot of time to spare as far as working on the relationship, such as quality time, okay? That is the biggest thing in a relationship, in my opinion, is quality time, okay? To make time for your person to where it doesn't have to be that you're going anywhere. It could just be conversation. It could just be chilling out at home, watching a movie. It doesn't have to be anything, detrimental. But if you can never get time with your person because they're giving their time to other people over you, then you start getting that insecurity kind of complex and wondering whether or not if they're really, into the relationship. Okay. And so right now they're obviously getting some form of freedom because they are removing any limitations that have been put on them or that they self-imposed on themselves. Okay. Which is a very big thing. Okay. And so, like I said, that following behind detachment is a really beautiful thing. Okay. Removing something that has been really debilitating to the relationship. Okay. Especially if it's, you're trying to move it forward. Okay. Either you or your person. Okay. So let's move on to the Island Time Wellness. Okay. Where we focus on what you guys are focused on. Okay. What is, on your brain or what you should be focused on. So we have one from the top and then one directly from the bottom. Okay. So you can take both of these messages for yourself, just like in the dream catcher read, or you can put it towards the situation at hand, whatever works for you. Okay. Get in where you fit in. So we have the snake, which came up, I believe, in Capricorn's reading. Okay. Came up in Capricorn's read. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, or maybe you have Capricorn in your chart. You don't have to, it's just an honorable mention. Okay. So we have competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Okay. So with this, I'm leaning more towards the clever, and it could also be enemy in there somewhere. Okay. Gemini's or other woman. All right. In the sense of there being someone else involved in the situation. Okay. Which I think we kind of touched on in your ancestor read. Okay, so Geminis, if you have not watched that reading, by all means, go and watch that. Okay, after this, or you can stop here and you can go and watch that. Okay, that's a whole nother situation. It's a very specific. Okay, it's very specific. But nonetheless, you guys possibly are, detaching from that. Okay, but it is going to take some time. Okay, I don't think this is immediate for that particular group or person in the collective for Gemini. I don't think it's going to be an immediate freedom. Okay, it's something that's slowly coming. Okay, there may be some other Geminis in the collective where it's like minute changes of limitations, like maybe you don't have to work, multiple jobs anymore. Maybe you're, kind of removing some things off of your plate. Um, Maybe you've done all you can as far as helping other people. And so you have a little bit more free time. Maybe you're learning time management where you're able to do more. Maybe your limitations aren't physical, maybe they're emotional, okay, or mental, okay. So don't think I, didn't take that into consideration. I am, okay, because that sometimes can be very debilitating. And once you lift that off and you've healed from certain things from your past, you can do that detachment and the freedom, okay. So it could be a situation of that nature. But with this snake being involved, there's obviously someone still in the midst that someone is trying to get, freedom from or detachment. Okay. And so kind of just be on the lookout for that, Gemini. I did kind of mention that in Capricorns too, in the event that you go and watch that too. Okay. The All My Love reading, okay, of Capricorns. So that being said, let's move to the next one. Oh, it's so cute. Twin flames. Okay. Twin flames. I literally just started using, just started this reading last week. Okay. Last week was the first week. And twin flames is the first one to come out. So this is adorable. I'm loving this energy. You have the yin and yang here. Okay. So yin and yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. Oh, you guys, it's so nice. Okay, it's so nice. I love hearing that. Okay, complimenting each other. Compliment, meaning you two actually complement each other. Opposites attract, things of that nature. Okay, whatever it is, you will not, and neither will your person, allow someone to intervene or try to be malicious. Okay, you may have some maliciousness too involved with this particular, if it's a physical detachment or freedom in regards to the limitations. Okay, so nothing is coming in between the two of you, you and your person. Okay, it will not be allowed. Okay, you have balance between one another. It's very zen. Okay, if you have not found that twin flame yet, by all means, it could be later on down the line. Okay, but make sure you're responsible for your thoughts and the power of your thoughts when it comes to love and finding that twin flame. Okay, knowing that they're out there, knowing that you will find them, doing your own detachment so that way you can be free of any emotional and mental limitations, okay, or restrictions that you have self-imposed on yourself to keep you from meeting your twin flame. That's for possibly a specific few of you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the romance angel so we can wrap up your readings, Gemini. So one from the top and one from the bottom. So let's see what messages you have here. We have romantic feelings. I saw this earlier in one of the other readings tonight, and not it didn't come out, but I saw it while I was shuffling, and I thought it was going to come out for Virgo, either Virgo or Capricorn, but it didn't. It came out in y'all's. Okay, and I'm glad that it did. It says your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, like I said, nothing is going to stop you from being with this said person. Okay, nothing is going to stop you from eventually meeting someone. But I feel like this is current feelings here. Okay, if you've been going back and forth, possibly in your own mind about whether or not if this is someone that you want to be with, okay? And if it's reciprocal, I hope this twin flames card kind of, hints at that for you as a confirmation, okay? Is that you complement each other, okay? And your feelings are real, okay? You review the relationship and you see that you both have kind of similar interests or they bring out the best in you, okay? Don't be fearful of that, okay? Believe in it, okay? Believe in it, especially not just it, but them, okay? I know we've all had some hurt in our past when it comes to love. You have to overcome it and only chalk it up to that particular person. It was that person's loss. Okay, there's anything that you could have fixed within yourself, not within that person. Okay, not within that person. That person was possibly toxic. Okay, but within yourself. Okay, there's anything possible that you can reflect on within yourself to help you, love better within you towards yourself and then towards that person. It will get you through going to the next person and you won't take that toxic energy with you. There is such thing as energy transference. I may do a video on that, at a later time, but just take that into account. All right. So let's see what your second message is. Finances and career. This is literally came out last week and a few times last week and tonight. Okay, between yours and Capricorns. Okay, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, now that could possibly be for a separate set of Geminis that you may have Capricorn placement. Okay, so again, kind of a honorable mention to Capricorns. Okay, if at this point in time you are kind of struggling right now as far as your finances, that's something that you need to address. Okay, again, kind of hinting at this self-imposed. Okay, not throwing any shade at y'all or anything like that. Something you possibly could have done, some type of maybe financial freedom is what you've been working on right now. Maybe as far as like your credit or something of that nature. Doesn't allow you to kind of like accommodate the particular dating life that you want to have, possibly. Okay. Don't let that hinder you. as far as your love life is concerned, it all depends on the type of person you have. If the person that you're with and it's been a long-standing relationship and they don't hold that over you, there's a possibility that you can, do a cheap date. Okay. And cheap date to me is like ice cream in the park. Okay. It may sound cheesy, and yes, I am yes, I am a hopeless romantic in that sense. So for me, I don't allow finances to really dictate my love life. Okay. And that's just me personally. All right. And you can't allow it to dictate yours anyway. Now, if you're dating somebody who's bougie as hell, okay, and needs to have lobsters and all this other shit, then you don't need to be with them. Okay. Ask them, can they afford a lobster on their own? Okay. And not be looking for you to buy a lobster for them. Okay. So that's just me personally. I can go to TGI Fridays and be just happy, okay, and be just fine, okay. Now I've had my own dating experiences, and we're not gonna go there right now. But I've gotten like some KFC, and it was fine. It was fine because I can take a slice of pizza. Look, I'm a foodie. I don't care. Okay, I love food, but I could have bought me my own KFC. I'm just saying, okay? Okay. And maybe one day I will tell y'all the story. But we ain't going to do that right now, okay? Because it ain't about me, it's about y'all. All right. So, with that being said, like I said, that should not affect you again unless you are in between jobs and things like that. And for me personally, if my business ain't straight, then I cannot entertain anything. Okay. I have to make sure my bills are straight. I got to make sure my house is good. I got to have a shelter over my head, because love is not paying my bills. Okay. It's making me okay with the way my bills are. It's comforting, but it is not how I pay my rent. Okay. And not to say anything towards love, but I'm just saying, for me personally, I cannot enjoy life the way I want to if my finances are not in check. Okay. And I'm not the type of person that like stunts, to try to impress. Okay. And maybe you've had some dealings with people like that have possibly, or someone that you're dealing with right now for a particular set of Geminis that are stunting, and it's overdrafting some shit. Okay. Okay, trying to stunt to impress someone, and it's like, don't do that. Okay. If that's what you're doing, don't put yourself at risk financially, to just impress somebody. They should be able to accept you for one, who you are first. Okay. Who you are first, and it shouldn't be, all surface level as far as money being the concern. Okay. Because what are you getting out of it? Okay. Are, like, is this a fair, exchange? You do dinner one night, they do dinner one night, that type of vibe. Okay. But if this person is always wanting to go expensive places and stuff like that, and you cannot afford it, then that sounds like you got somebody who's like just wanting to gold dig in your pockets. Okay. And that's just my personal opinion. So I can talk to y'all all night about this, but we're not going to do that, okay? So, with that being said, Geminis, that's really all that I have for you guys this evening. Um, Remember, you guys are in week 2 every month going forward, okay? So, you don't have to worry about when your reading is going to be. And I'm still doing the energy shout outs. You can kind of consider that a bonus. I'll be doing actual zodiac polls for the energy shout outs on Sundays. And so, like, let's say you get one sometime during the remainder of September, then you can kind of consider that a bonus. But I will not see you guys until October. Okay. So, until then, I will see y'all next time. Peace.